right, let's stop this meeting. All right. Policy for management and disposition of tax acquired property. Get some changes.
Yeah, if you look at what we, remember, did you take down the old one, Robin? The old policy?
No, that's on this one just yet.
But it's really so far out of date that it's, bad. It's based on the old rule where we could, foreclose, sell it, and then keep the proceeds. If there were any. And the new law came into effect, I don't know, a year or so ago, and that was a Supreme Court ruling. We can no longer do that. We have to, try to list it as a real estate agent first, in other words, try to maximize the returns. And then if there are any returns, it goes back to the homeowner. And the process and rules are so complex that I didn't want to summarize it. I just wanted to summarize for us how we do it, how we get there.
What would be the incentive for a municipality to really care what the sale was? As much as it was, why would we care about maximizing the sale when it's...
I really don't, but,
Yeah.
you know, our incentive is to get it back on the tax list.
Right.
But the law says that we can't just do that anymore.
Right.
Can't just turn it over like that. And, you know, you talk to the other towns, some of the other selectmen, and they're wrestling with how to do it, why to do it even. You know, sometimes you wonder if it's worth it at all. But if you don't, you know, you could just sit on the property, but after a while you become a landowner with non-productive land. You know, we're not supposed to be landowners, we're supposed to be a
No, I see that.
town.
Yeah.
It's a problematic process, but it's laid out, it's how to do it. And I think what we generally tried to do, and it's probably the best thing, is to try to find a way that the homeowner can redeem the property.
Yep.
And then get back on the tax rolls.
The easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've been very successful with that.
Yep. Yep.
So is this something we have to look to update what we have? Is that what this?
Well, either take down the policy that's there, and replace it with something, or don't put anything on it. You know, this is information for us. It's also information, I think, for the general public as to how we manage things, why we do things, which I think is good.
Yeah, and I think having a policy like this, I mean, we're not going to be around forever, and that's people that come in, they're going to know what to do and how we handle it.
Could I ask a question? What happens if you seize a property and you do hang on to it for 20 years and you sell it? You then have to go chase after the former owner's heirs?
You might have to. There could be situations like that, that develop.
Yeah.
Or are developing. Yeah, it makes it almost forces the selectmen to force the foreclosure at some point.
Yeah.
There are situations where, I mean, if you read in here, what it says is just because we foreclose, we don't have to kick the people out. And the town doesn't become responsible for things that happen there until the people in beneficial occupants leave for 60 days. So that's a trigger. If you own a property that's been vacant for 60 days, suddenly we might be liable for things that happen there. But for the most part, we haven't kicked anybody out. We let people stay in their house. We try to get them to, figure out a way to make their finances work and pay their taxes. Through a combination of, abatements and, letting them pay over a period of time without establishing a payment plan, we've been fairly successful. I'll let it hang down in the future, I don't know, but. Well,
So this is a new policy that you.
I've just drafted the new one, which is took the kind of the philosophical part of the old one.
Yeah.
And stripped out the process part, and said, when you actually go to do one, you gotta go to the state. The MMA has a pretty good guide.
Yeah.
That tells you all the things that you have to do.
Quite likely too.
Yeah.
So you wanna vote on this tonight?
Make a motion to adopt the new wordage.
Second.
All in favor? What's that?
There's a place for a date.
Yeah.
So I went through all of our policies that were on the website. I think this is the last one that needed to be, revised or updated.
Speaking of policies, we don't have one on how to conduct a meeting, right? John? How to conduct a meeting, right? Because with the new changes, the state passed last year, you have to give everybody a time to say their piece. Any meeting, any municipal meeting. So, I mean, we've already been doing it, but I know that the planning board don't go around and say, does anybody have anything to say? Usually have to be on the agenda but now you have to give people a.
I don't think we've ever shut anybody up.
Right, I mean, I don't know, he may, someday.
Usually ask if there are people there if they have anything. If you don't know who they are. I mean, I've had the Robert's Rules of Order allows you to say this part of the process is done. We won't talk about this anymore. We're moving on. And I have said, is there anybody else who wants to, I always say that.
Okay.
I can't think we've ever had it formally, but we
So
certainly
we really
do.
don't need a policy.
That's just sort of normal.
Yeah. Yeah, it is for us too, and, we can give it a time limit or whoever wants to say something, that are going on and on and on.
We had a couple of those, yeah.
I think
We have to
it's
shut 'em off.
formal. I mean, it's not the way Baldwin has been.
Yeah.
I'll look at it and see, it's a fairly new law, but it just says you have to give time for public comment.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what all it applies to, how far down the hierarchy of meetings it goes. I'll take a look at it and see. I don't know. Municipal offices. I think the, I highlighted it. I think you have probably ways that you can implement it, including comment as you're going along, public comment period, and
That was the second one, and that's to reinforce free speech at town meetings by required opportunity for the public comment. This act requires municipal officers to provide reasonable opportunity for public comment on matters addressed by any regularly scheduled public meeting of the municipal officers. The act also provides the municipalities enough to heed preempted or restricted from adopting and enforce reasonable standard government public comment, including time limits and standards of conduct. So
The school board does it in a really discouraging, negative way, I think, in that they allow public comment for X amount of time before the meeting starts, and then they shut everybody off.
I would think you want to make comment afterwards.
Along with it, but that's just the way the school board runs.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the best change.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So that's bringing it up. Next thing is the fire department office space. Steve has inquired on the old town office rooms down there. I went down and looked at it with him this afternoon. His only concerns was the old meeting room, where it has the water damage on the wall, and then it looks like there's some kind of heater or something that was up in the ceiling. I don't know what it is. It looks like a vent or a heater or.
There was stuff that froze and thawed, and there was water damage resulting. This was like years ago. Yeah, and I think the solution had been to put a heater up there to keep it warm enough so it didn't freeze.
Oh.
That was then, and I don't even know who would be.
That's what it looks like to me, some kind of a heater.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know if it even works or.
If it does, it was leaking a lot.
At one point, yeah.
Maybe turn it off, I suspect it probably.
It froze and popped the pipe.
Yeah.
Probably just turned it off.
It doesn't look like there's nothing leaking now, because, but there's water damage on that drywall. He's concerned about that. And where the money would come from, I said probably come from the, community center fund. You want it to come from the fire department fund, I said no. But, I'm gonna ask Deb, our first step in there, I think, I was looking at the closet down the other end of the building, clean that stuff out, got some old records in it, and, clean that stuff out, and she can move her stuff down there, if needed. I don't know, I didn't have a problem with that.
If he thought he could better utilize his
Yeah.
time and his space, yeah, I mean, if we have the room available, then.
Yeah, Deb wants that old, their meeting room now for the vault in, because we are required to have a vault. So, yeah, that'd be good spot for that.
Yeah, no, works for
I
me.
guess what we need to figure out is how to get that room down there usable.
Right. I think that's the only place
Alright.
to get concerned about, because the ceiling tiles need to be replaced.
Yeah, well, I brought in my can of spray paint, showed how to cover that stuff up, but we need to actually either fix the tiles by replacement or spray all of them. There's a bunch of them are pretty well,
Yeah,
as a result of that back roof being
yeah,
leaky for so long.
yeah.
to go take a look in there and see. I don't know that there's a lot of mold and stuff down there, but I know that one place.
Yeah. I think you just cut that drywall out and put a new piece in, it'd be fine.
I'll take a look and see, maybe deal. His, recommendation.
I don't know, you bail on it.
I don't think there's any heater up there, but maybe.
It's right where the hole is in the ceiling, it's got all the pins in it, it's some kind of a heating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do make these tiles thicker than all these ceilings, out of PVC, they're about a quarter of an inch thick, and they're white, they're about $15, $16 each.
Yeah.
But, advantage to them, you can easily wash them or something.
Oh, really?
Cleaner.
Yeah.
As opposed to these that soak up whatever water and then you get more.
Yeah, more stain.
But over time, probably the time to get a much better price.
Yeah.
You ever try to cut one of those?
They fit right in the good.
Well, I've just done cut one to length or
Oh,
shape.
cut one, oh, yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Cut them with a regular saw, you gotta cut right this way. But they fit straight into the good work, like you've already
I'm talking about these.
Oh, really? Yeah.
These are carbide knife, you get a utility knife, and if it's not real sharp, this thing just shreds.
They tend to crumble when you take them down, that's for sure. They probably exceeded their life expectancy.
Yeah, probably.
It's something to think about.
Yeah. Yeah, you got anything?
No.
Okay. Gary?
No, I don't, thank you for asking.
Kathy?
Elevator got inspected today,
Oh, good.
and, Stanley's coming to do their regular maintenance. Everything looks pretty decent, so we're moving forward.
Good. Good. Joe? Nope. Don?
I had 2 complaints against GW3. One, when they had the food pantry open, 2 children were playing on the back of sand, and one of them fell and rolled down underneath the building. And the other complaint was a bright light instead of focused downward in the parking lot, was right through their bedroom window, and they couldn't sleep. So I went over there, and they came to the door. Ron Sargent, the business manager, he said, "You have a problem reading?" And I said, "No." He said, "There's no trespassing." He says, "I don't want you, the selectmen, or any other town officials, including the planning board on this property. Leave now, we're calling the police. If you have anything to say to us, contact our lawyer."
Wow.
Which I thought was strange, given last meeting we were preparing to let him use the town farm property. You might want to be careful of that, because we might have to sit and get survey plans to get to it. I don't know what their problem is. And I said, "Well, you know, I haven't even told you why I'm here, so it doesn't matter, get off the property now." Well, he took out his phone and said, "Call the police." And I have a right during, daylight hours if there's a permit or whatever, even if there isn't, if I have a complaint to contact somebody on their property, you know.
And is that the old church?
Yeah.
Huh.
And that is, it's been up in blocks since fall. They were gonna pour a foundation under the house that doesn't have one, they never have done it yet. And that is a hazard over there. They should at least have some kind of a fence around it.
Yeah. That was Mr. White's operation, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, I'm just passing it along, they said to tell the select board and the planning board that they need to contact their lawyer, not us directly in the future. And I said, "I will do that."
Huh.
And I left.
Taking consideration of that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked, to say the least, because they've always been very friendly to me before.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I went there in a menacing way. I didn't even get a chance to tell them how I was there. So,
I'm trying to hide something.
I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know.
All right then, that becomes,
Other than that, I'm good. And I did leave off papers from the burnout thing on Saturday.
you did leave off.
Yes, I did.
You did.
I went in with a deputy sheriff.
Okay.
Was he there?
He would not come to the door, nor with the others. And the deputy sheriff did not like the wording that the lawyer had in the document that, I said, well, the judge signed it.
Yeah.
And so I called David Lord, and he's gonna take care of it from his end.
So he has been served.
But he hasn't given the notice, and I think they might have minimal activity there this past week, but it was nothing like they've had before. And we'll see what happens this coming weekend. That's usually a good weekend for them.
Yeah, another weekend coming up. But yeah.
I'm
What
glad-
is the other?
You're right. Yeah,
It seems like they should have. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. That's all I have.
Okay. You have anything?
I have a problem with ATV. I met with Officer Archibald, and he informed me that the select board had authorized the Incline Road to be a trail. I don't know where they get their information,
I don't know either.
and I told him that I had asked you, and the board said no, never gave that permission.
This was the sheriff that told you this,
An officer,
an officer,
yes, Archibald was his name,
last name,
Archibald.
okay,
He also told me that the law states they can go 1,500 feet. And 1,500 feet is the length of the home until they get to the woods. So that defeats me.
have to rebrush up on the ATV laws, I guess.
The state law is 1,500
But
feet.
he's totally off base with us giving him permission, we
Yeah, we never.
expressly
Well,
said
I'm
no.
wondering if Jerry Brown gave permission. He used to be a selectman.
I would
No.
just say, I think I mentioned this to you, Jim, the other day. I recall a discussion back in 2021 about the select board having given permission to ATV use on some roads over there. I don't know if we have a file on it, or if
There was,
there's record in the minutes somewhere, but I remember that discussion.
there was one,
It was not when I was on the board, but I think somebody, I think it was with Dwight as well.
Where would the sheriff's department find out that there was permission if it's not in writing?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, right.
I think the selectmen, I don't know if they voted. I know they didn't implement 107 Route 11,
right,
part of that, but not San Palmo. I know it was when Dwight was on the board.
yeah, and Freddie brought it to us, asking us to open that. It was from, Gilman Hill Road up to almost, Carbonell Road. There's a trail just before that, and he asked for that, and we never put anything in writing about it, you know.
Right. Because it was gonna get shut off, that trail that went through
Yeah,
the place of it was becoming a farm.
yeah, yeah,
So they wanted to go on the road.
yeah, but that's the only place the only road that we ever discussed, and I know, I asked my father, and he said they never approved any roads to be.
I didn't come up with anything right off the bat, so I won't look.
I've
I'll let you know
looked it
when I
up
found
before,
out.
and I can't remember what it said, I don't think it's 15.
It used to be 300,
Yeah, I think you're right.
but the state has changed it to 1,500 feet.
I might suggest what the officer thought, that the town road ran out at the fork,
Maybe,
you know, that's because you're saying that's where the woods start. Well, it's still a town road.
Right.
right,
Or where the pavement ends or something, and, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it
It's a
goes
town road.
past the pond and all, but it doesn't stop just because there's trees
right,
on both sides.
right,
And I also told them that we'd taken all the signs down, arrows and what have you, pointing down the Sandbar.
right,
He said on one occasion when he came and checked, on his patrol, there was an arrow back again, and he took a picture of it. And then when he came back a second time, he found the arrow on the ground. I don't know who did it. The last arrow that was there, I took it down, I took it with me.
Yeah, that's
But he said, most likely, the other end of the road has got all kinds of trail signs.
I took them down.
He took it. So,
I
other
took,
than the
going
fact,
on to Cram Road, I took them down. The ones going into the woods, I didn't take them down the road, that is a trail. So, but the ones going, leading them onto, Cram Road, I took them down.
so he told me the only thing I could do now is to call the warden and complain how fast they're going, to see if I can find out what the speed limit is supposed to be for ATV.
I didn't think he really wanted to deal with it. That's the problem, and sometimes when you guys.
But that's what we get.
Yeah.
Every time we call the
One
burn
person says one thing, one
whoever
person
you
says
talk
another.
to, it's different.
Nothing.
I would concur with that.
So I don't know what to do.
If you do talk to them again, you can ask if it would do any good if I called them. I mean, there's 900 acres over there, ATVs aren't allowed.
Yeah. It's all your land, right? Yeah.
My sister's
Yeah.
275.
Well, I told him that when I was talking to him. I said, all this land is posted, no ATV.
Yeah.
So I said, the only way they can get in and out is the road.
Now, when the president of the club came here and asked us to open that road up, he really stated that it was a verbal agreement. I don't know where he got the verbal agreement from, but it has to be in writing. So he acknowledged that it wasn't really a ATV trail, because he wanted our permission to do it as an ATV trail, so.
Would you consider ever opening a road to ATVs without talking to the people on the road?
Not now, no.
I mean, it shocked me that you said that, and I thought, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Bob's idea, so well, maybe we better have a public meeting on it before we decide anything. I don't think we have to have that now, because I don't think we already got the answer, but. So, yeah, so he knows it isn't a trail.
But there's more houses on Sam Pond Road now.
Right.
Than there ever was.
Right, yeah,
So it shouldn't be a trail for
No.
mountains,
right,
not to mention the beach where kids play.
yeah. Now we've got going up the road up 107 too. Even when there's a trail next to the road, they're still going up the road, so. I go by and I blow my horn.
That nice car job they're doing too.
Yeah, we're not done with that yet. That's just the first couple.
So do you have any suggestions, what we can do? How we can find out who's
Tell the
there?
officer off. You put that, but no, sir.
Well, I didn't really wanna be locked up.
I mean,
Hey, you got First Amendment rights, we say it.
seems like game warden would know more about the ATV laws than the sheriff is
Yeah.
telling you something that you.
Well, Bernie did look up on the internet, and it did say it's state 1,500 feet.
But that road's more than 1,500 feet now.
Yeah, let me tell you, I might not run into them this week, but I'll talk to Jason Lucci, for the game warden service. And he'll tell me really what it is, good, bad, or ugly, so. The contact him for you, just for peace of mind and just knowledge
I
of
will know.
what's real and what isn't, yeah. Okay.
But if they said that the selectmen gave them permission, why can't
anything to rescind, we haven't.
Well, no, I mean, they're finding rental assets.
I mean, we can call, what was his name again, Archibald? I guess we could call them and, tell them we didn't give them permission or something,
Yeah, no,
For what it's worth, because it happens to me fairly often, more often than I'd like. People say, well, your predecessor said I could do this and stuff, or the select board said so and so. I just tell people, give me your copy in writing where it says that with a signature and I'll go by it.
yeah, yeah,
And it's all good work.
that's why everything, put everything in writing, yeah.
So that might be one tactic you could do.
I'm gonna email, Joyce tomorrow anyway. And
Okay.
ask him if he could send me a copy of it in writing.
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, 1,500 feet, that's really only, what, a little under a third of a mile?
Yeah, it's not much.
So that road's way longer than a third of a mile.
Mile and a half?
yeah,
That doesn't even get you the same problem.
No.
Let alone that one.
right. Right, so,
2 miles? Yeah, so.
so they shouldn't be going all the way up that road?
No.
Is it an onslaught of them, or is it just
It depends on
People.
what day.
acting out? It was what, causes you guys grief, I guess.
Well, a week ago Saturday, there was 13 of them. About a month ago, there was 24 in a row. It depends on when the clubs get together,
Right.
yeah. And then usually there's 5 or 6 at a time. People just get together and go for the day.
Mm.
And it's really dusty now.
Oh, yeah,
So
100%.
dry.
Yeah,
My car, you should see it, it's a mess. But, no, they've been pretty good not flying up and down the road now. They're doing better with that.
yeah,
But it depends on how old they are.
Mhm.
yeah, if we approved of that, we could give them restrictions, because we never have, of, speed limits and such, so, but we never have, and so, yeah. So I don't know if this officer got his information from, but you can definitely tell them that, no, it's not. Yeah,
I'll try to get you for what I feel might be reliable information from Jason, so.
But the answer might be, state, this is our policy on ATVs and where they can operate and where they can't. And any other places they're prohibited.
I know I had it, I don't have a copy of it, I have it right, I mean, it gives the town power to open up state roads and town roads for ATVs. So, the Sebago Road is a state road.
To think about.
Yeah.
The other thing is, San Juan Road, that's where is it?
Oh, we up through?
Yeah, last time I went up through it,
It's pretty rough, I mean,
It's
you
rough.
can make it through.
According to
but,
that
yeah.
officer, there's one spot that a vehicle can't go, but an ATV could. Because he couldn't go all the way to the end, he said.
Well, it gets muddy up on that corner, but,
Not even
no, I mean, yeah,
Not this season.
yeah. Well, that's the only place I can think of it ever being impassable, right
But
there.
there was a brook or something that went
Yeah.
across it.
what utility is it to the town?
I don't know. I mean,
Well, the reason to have a town road would be that it provides passageway for the citizens, right? But if it's not really passable,
last time I was doing my truck okay.
What it provides is a number to write down on the sheet when you report how many miles of town road you have. So we get reimbursed for taking care of it.
but you don't get much.
But it's, it makes it, we got 42 miles. Just to plow.
I'm not sure that it would be worth it when you start.
But as a,
You know, it was like it was a, fire lane that was necessary or something like that, but
as an abutter, I would be very, hesitant. I'm already upset that we have an impossible road. I mean, I don't come complaining to you.
Yeah.
But the only maintenance that gets done on it is when I log and drag trees down it and smooth it out.
Great, great, right. Thank you for that.
I mean, that's it. That's the main, we put culverts in there right along. This is back before the discussions about whether you could put culverts in a town road. But that's,
I think Brian replaced one time.
yeah, we've done that. I mean, we've tried, we've had to maintain it in order to use it.
Yeah.
So I need it, in a sense, my sister needs it, to get wood done.
Yeah, right, yeah.
if there was ever a fire, put there.
Right, if there was a forest fire up in that area, there's good access road, and it gives them access to the brook too. I know it's a kind of a old road that goes down to the brook. Yeah.
And the sand pond too.
Right, right.
It's going all the way around the other way.
I'm also upset in this weather to be having people going through with machinery, and that's where fires come from.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're supposed to have stock resistors on, so.
There's a lot they're supposed to do. But I'm not complaining about it, because it wouldn't do any good anyway, so.
Anything else?
No, that's all I had.
Rob, you got anything?
The generator is up and running, and today was the first weekly test. It was approximately 11 o'clock, it ran for 20 minutes, and sounded like a kitten,
Oh,
so.
good.
So far, so good.
It says it's, Jim Caesar from PowerPoint said that, actually it runs very good.
Really?
Yeah, it was,
So it was good investment then, huh?
yeah. And, it's all, if the power goes out, you'll be out for a few, 20, 30 seconds at most. You'll have to start this one, switch over,
So everything's automatic.
everything's automatic.
Okay, good.
There's no instruction manually.
I was gonna say, man, we got a training session.
The only thing you can do is if it doesn't work, then call them up.
Okay.
But,
Well, that's good.
yeah, oh, it looks pretty good, actually. It's,
It's set to do the weekly startup and run for about 20 minutes just to make sure that, it continues to.
Oh, so automatically will
Yeah.
come
Yeah,
start
so
up.
that's what it did today, and it wasn't terribly loud. I don't know how it would be in that room,
Yeah,
but here I would be able to be on the phone and not have it. And it was just very smooth. It ran very cleanly. Very good through the different test runs, and it was a little bumpy at first, back away. So,
yeah.
but it was very smooth and
Any
great.
interruption in the power that you can
No.
move?
No.
When it switched over?
No, it's not. I don't think it's meant to switch. It's just meant to turn on so that it doesn't.
doing the weekly test runs, it doesn't interrupt power.
Oh, okay.
It just tests that the generator will start.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
But you could, if you wanted to play with it, you could hit the main switch. Just tell us ahead of time so we can shut down the computer.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we don't have to come in here and vacuum stuff.
Yeah.
Middle of the night.
Yeah. Oh, stop it. Ring camera. Anything else? Robin?
No, I'm all set. Thank
Bobby?
you.
Anything? Dale? Yeah, I'm all set.
That means we adjourn.
All in favor?